has given his assent to devolution of power from the federal government to states. And this makes it possible for states to generate and transmit electricity within their borders. However, there are questions on how will this be implemented and what could it mean for tech ecosystems across the country. On the other hand, we also know that the challenges with infrastructure, with electricity supply includes infrastructural deficit, lack of policy support, poverty. We know that issue of electricity theft and payment of bills. Those are parts of those issues around electricity distribution, generation, and supply in Nigeria. So we have Professor Yemi Oke, he's a professor of electricity and energy law with us in the studio to share his perspective on this. Prof, good morning. Good to have you in the studio.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here with you again.
So a lot of people are very happy with this. We've been waiting for this assent, and now it has come. Does it really change anything, or is it one of those things that will end on paper?
Well, to me, it's one intervention coming too late. It wasn't as if the challenges were not there before. Of course, the challenges were apparent to everyone to see, and we will be pointing it out. Right after the enactment of the Electric Power Sector Reform Act of 2005, some of us started pointing out the wrong direction the act went compared to the Constitution. I would say, we can't be having a federated grid structure in the 21st century. States will be incapacitated. We also advise states to take advantage of the windows provided in the second schedule, item 14, that states House of Assembly could make laws in respect of areas not covered by a national grid, to start to do a semblance of what we called off-grid generation, transmission and distribution, small scale, off-grid, captive, embedded, renewables, so that we can have something that will move us out of the woods in terms of the power sector. But telling me now that the change is just coming at the twilight of this administration, something that ought to have been done like decades ago. Are we just realizing that, or are we just trying to give us a parting gift so that the next administration will start to, well, it's better late than never. We have the law now, which means states can now cannot generate, transmit, and distribute in respect of areas even covered by national grid. The implication is this: we expect conflict of interest with the discos, perhaps gencos, because their franchising issue is always there. Which of the discos will distribute in the new franchise arrangement? For instance, Lagos now cannot transmit, generate, and distribute in respect of areas covered by the national grid, irrespective of whether federal government is doing a semblance of intervention. So, which disco? That was why I said it would be kind of smart or makes business and commercial sense for the existing structure, meaning the existing discos, perhaps gencos, to now get cross-licensed. For instance, we have eco discos, we have Ikeja in Lagos. Lagos State government should civil them and say, guys, yeah, this is a new structure. Can you handle these areas? Of course, fragment it, maybe not giving them that humongous franchise arena or area. Maybe balkanize it. Okay, you take Agege, you take Ikeja, you take Amuodoku, you take VI, you take Lekki, something like that. We need to have active power sector intervention now that the gate is kind of open. But the question you people should be asking them, where is the money? Power sector is hugely capital intensive, and I wouldn't want a situation in which we go via the option we went when we told them that money didn't come.
Yeah, because I was going to ask, because when there was that privatization of NEPA to PHCN, a lot of people were excited and expectant that something new will happen. But even the discourse are telling us the tariffs are not a service reflective, and so they cannot meet up. They're still using the old equipment. Now, you have asked also, some states are struggling to pay salaries. So, I mean, what is the assurance that the state can handle? Even when they had the opportunity, you know, as you noted, to cover the parts that are not covered by national grid. Some states like Lagos were even doing the IPP.
Yes,
but, you know, a lot of states couldn't take advantage of that. So what's the assurance that this will make any difference?
Well, the way to go and the way the ought to have traveled will be for extensive state intervention by way of guarantees and assurances. The state government is not going to dip his hand in his pocket to give them money or to start financing those entities. It's going to be embarrassing because the capital intensity is just huge. We expect a state as credible as Lagos, perhaps Abuja, to roll out financing structure with attractive incentives and now partner with entities that have what it takes to finance power sector, not going the way we went.
Well, you're not going to bill your consumers or customers in dollars. You're going to bill them in naira. Bubble bust. One, you will now need to generate or bill enough equivalent of the loan you took plus interest before you can break even. And that was what led to this massive insolvency that we're witnessing in the power sector.
And you still have the issue of oil theft, power theft, and you still have the issue of bills and, you know, complaints around that.
You see, we're going to continue to have those. Something happened. That was a training I did with, permit me to say it, Abuja Disco on this power theft thing. It was a training. You know, what law could be effectuated to deal with that challenge. And then, of course, they were never aware of it because we're training judges and others in power sector, criminal law issues in the power sector. How do you prosecute electricity theft? The laws are there. They weren't aware. It was recently that the DISCO now tried to apply the laws to charge certain people for theft. Theft, I won't say inevitable recourse. It's a kind of inevitable recourse for Nigerians who cannot afford to pay huge electricity bills. And for reckless Nigerians who want to circumvent or cut corners. And I've said here several times, it is illegal to consume power and not pay. It is also wrong to pay for electricity that you have not consumed. Both are happening.
Prof, I think we'll have a lot of conversations because even the issue of conflict that you mentioned, now that states can go beyond, even into areas where the federal grid is also providing. Those will bring conflicts in the coming days. But we need to stop now for today. Professor Yemi Oke, Professor of Electricity and Energy Law. Thank you so much for your time, and we hope you'll be available when we want to continue this conversation.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right. Good to have you. All right.